Americans, as you know, 45,000 Americans are here in Haiti, and now some are being found safe.
Overnight, the 7 Americans were carried out of what remains of the posh Montana hotel. As she was treated by doctors, Sarla Chan from New Jersey was surprisingly chipper, snacking on a cookie and thanking her rescuers.
I said, thank you all for saving my life.
Afterwards, we spoke exclusively with Chan and 2 of her fellow international aid workers who were walking through the lobby together when the quake hit.
Something hit my head. If I didn't keep moving, I think I'll be dead.
On either side of us were these huge pillars that had pretty much, there was no room. It pancaked, it fell, and we were all in that same spot.
This is how the Montana looked before the earthquake, and this is the hotel after. When the building crumpled, Richard Santos and Jim Gully and 3 other people were trapped in a space that was 3 feet high by 8 feet long by 5 feet wide.
He pulled out his big snacks today, Orbit's chewing gum, and a Tootsie Roll Pop that he passed around.
Because my son
passed around a lollipop.
You know, I always have a lollipop for my son, you know, to keep him happy in the car or something, and so I just had it in my bag, so we shared a lollipop.
Comparatively, these survivors were lucky. 2 of their fellow aid workers were pinned under debris at the ankles and in agony. 1 other American was stuck in an elevator shaft. Sarla, Jim, and Richard are, as you might imagine, thankful.
For us not to die with that magnitude earthquake, and then also even 50 hours, but we were rescued. So to me, it is second life.
We're very fortunate to be alive.
You talked to your kids.
They were asleep. I'll talk to them in the morning.
You gonna bring us some lollipop?
Absolutely. A whole package.
Don't have to share it.
Time is so much of the essence. Going to talk to Dr. Richard Besser about that a little bit later. But Dan, it's going to be very rare at this point because so much time has passed to have this kind of success story.
Yeah, we're getting into that sad crunch time between rescue and recovery. You know, people will tell you who are experts in search and recovery that surviving for 50 hours under the rubble, as those Americans did, is incredibly rare. They know they're lucky. I will say, however, we're starting to hear some grumbling from Haitians who are a little upset that there seems to be so much focus in the rescue on foreigners, while there are so many Haitians who are still pinned under so much rubble in this country right now.
And that is really adding to the tension, isn't it?
It is. It absolutely is. And the tension is something we're going to have to watch from here on in.
That we will. All right, Dan, thank you very much. And we are hearing that more and more, George.
That's what I want to talk to you about, Robin. Thank you. You know, it seems like you're on this knife edge right now. You've had these encouraging stories that a relief is starting to get through, but you've got this rising anger out there on the streets.
I'm sorry, can you say again, George?
I was just saying, I just wanted to pick up on what you're talking to Dan about. It seems like you're on this knife's edge right now. Some encouraging stories, but a lot of rising tension, as you said, as well. A lot of anger growing out there. And just how worried is everybody on the ground right now that this could blow up again?
I think he's right that there is anger out there.
They're very much. I can't quite hear you right now,
He
George.
was talking about the growing anger.
We are sensing that. We are sensing that anger. Earlier when we got here, I arrived Wednesday evening. There was a real sense of calm. And then, George, as time started passing on, that fear of the aftershocks, and that's why so many people are outside. Well, that fear has now turned to anger because so much time has passed. And Dan alluded to it earlier. There is a feeling that many of the international people that are here, foreigners, if you will, are receiving the most attention and the most aid. And the Haitians are saying, you know, what about us? What about us? And that has been their history so much. So hopefully now with the additional U.S. troops here, they'll be able to address that situation and help all, George.
Okay, Robin, Dan, thanks very much.